Hello, the stream.
Underrealm, Nightblade Epic Vol 1 audiobook. Silence recording. 30 seconds. Starting now. Legacy Books.
Okay.
Legacy Books presents Legacy Books presents Legacy Books presents The Night Legacy Books presents The Nightblade Epic Volume 1, A Book of Underrealm. Book 1 of the Underrealm volumes. Find all the works of Underrealm at underrealm.net/books.
I think I actually need to record an introduction for this. Yeah. Which means I need to write one. Haha. record this real quick. Check. Introduction. This volume contains Nightblade, Mystic, and Darkfire, the first 3 novels of the Nightblade epic. The books are presented in their full and unabridged form. At the end of the volume, we have also included 4 addenda. These additional materials include historical essays about the world of Underrealm, a description of its calendar and the timeline of events contained within the volume, a selection of entries from the Underrealm Bestiary, and some documents of note that pertain to the story contained within. We hope you enjoy them.
Volume contains Nightblade, Mystic, and Darkfire. The first
books. /books. Legacy Books presents The Nightblade Epic Volume 1. The Nightblade Epic. The Nightblade. The Nightblade Epic Volume 1, A Book of Underrealm. Book 1 of the Underrealm volumes. Find all the works of Underrealm at underrealm.net/books. Introduction. This volume contains Nightblade, Mystic, and Darkfire, the first 3 novels of the Nightblade epic. The books are presented in their full and unabridged form. At the end of the volume, we have also included At the end of the volume. At the end of the volume, we have also included 4 addenda. These additional materials include historical essays about the world of Underrealm, a description of its calendar and the timeline of events contained within the volume, a selection of entries from the Underrealm bestiary, and some documents of note that pertain to the story contained within. We hope you enjoy them. Addendum A. Addendum A. Historical Addendum A. Addendum A. Historical Essays from the World of Underrealm. Of the 9 lands and the first High King. Many questions. First High King. Many questions surround the 9 kingdoms of Underrealm, but let us begin with something simple. Fundamental, a name that is an integral part of this world, the single thread through which all other threads of story are laced. Why is it called Underrealm? Underrealm. To the northeast of the 9 kingdoms is an ocean they call the Eldest. eldest deep. Kingdoms is an ocean they call the eldest deep. It is the greatest of Underrealm's 3 seas, and its waters mingle with those of the Great Bay, where the High King sits upon her seat. In days long before the deeds of man were recorded in history, the time before recorded in history, the time before time, as the people of Underrealm call it, ships appeared on the distant horizon of the eldest deep, bearing those who would form the great nation of Underrealm. Where did these ships come from? Why did they voyage across those vast, uncharted and unchartable waters? No one remembers, nor do they remember the name and unchartable waters. No one remembers, nor do they remember the names of the ships that bore these travelers, though most scholars of such things agree that the ships were 16 in number. Some say they fled a great evil and darkness, which hounded the winds that blew them. Others blew them. Others say they were exiles, seeking new lands and a new life. Most hold the notion that the 16 ships were only the remnant of a much larger fleet. But as for how many...
I don't know why it keeps doing this. This is weird.
larger fleet. But as for how many originally set out from whatever distant land sent them forth, who can say? One piece of lore that has survived the long centuries since is the name of the first High King, Roth. His lack of his Roth. His lack of a family name is neither a fault of poor record-keeping nor a sign that he was a bastard. It is known It is known that Roth threw off the family name with which he was born and forbid his subjects to speak it. This is a strong This is a strong argument in favor of those who think he led a fleet of exiles. Roth was said to be a man of modest stature. Fleet of exiles. Roth was said to be a man of modest stature, but of overwhelming presence, so that none standing before him could but feel cowed and subservient. That would serve him well in a That would subservient. That would serve That would servient. That would serve him well in a life filled with betrayal and war, but those tales are many, and we only have time now to skim the surface of them. It was Roth who first set foot on the island of Southbreak, where now stands the capital of the kingdom of Dulmoon, and gave it its name. There he proclaimed him name. There he there dull moon and gave it its name. There he proclaimed himself the High King of Underrealm, the world beneath the world. The world beneath the world. That the world. That phrasing, as well as the fact that it has survived the more than 1,300 years that have passed since, gives us our first clue. Gives us.
There you are.
Gives us. Gives us our first clue as to the meaning of the word Underrealm. Wherever word Underrealm. Wherever they came from. Word Underrealm. Wherever they came from before they found these wide and plentiful lands, in a very real sense, Roth's people considered it a place above their new home. Therefore, most scholars agree that the place of Roth's birth was a land far to the north, far across the eldest deep, and that Roth led his people south from there, flying away. People south from there, flying away from their homes for some. His people south from there, flying away from their homes for some unknown reason, with little hope and no certainty of finding safety. But this tale has not gone of finding safety. But this tale has not gone untested, for upon occasion some bold or foolish captain will muster a ship and a crew, or sometimes even a fleet, and sail off across the eldest deep, hoping to find the lost lands from which Roth came. And yet it seems that some force wishes the humans in Underrealm to remain there. No such voyage has ever been attempted, but was waylaid by such No such voyage has ever been attempted, but was waylaid by sudden storms and waves, forcing the ships to turn back. And whenever back. And when to turn back. And whenever any to turn back. And whenever any captain has the ships to turn back. And whenever any captain has been reckless enough to press on through the thunder and the rain, they have never been seen or and the rain, they have through the thunder and the rain, they have never been seen or heard from again. Some sailors across the 9 lands shrug and say, mayhap they found what they were looking for. Mayhap they found the lost lands, and now live there in wealth and plenty. But the sea... But the seafarers of Dulmoon, that great kingdom of sailors, always shake their heads at such talk, and mutter into their cheeks of elf magic. The island of Southbreak would in time become an ironic joke. Would in time become an ironic joke.
That can't be that small, right?
Become an ironic
There we go.
become an ironic joke, for it is in fact one of the northernmost lands in all the 9 kingdoms. But Roth did not know that when he landed there. He at once know that when he landed there. He at once began to settle the island, where no humans lived to resist him. For a time, he made resist him. Lived to resist him. For a time he made his capital in a port city on the island's northeastern shore, which he named Kingsmouth. But immediately he sent out scouts to locate a more suitable place for his throne, and soon he found it, a nigh impregnable mountain upon which he built a city worthy of bearing his name. So Roften came to be built, and there the king of Dulmoon has ruled in unending lineage until this very day. It would be nearly a millennium before Underrealm's capital would be moved to the High King's seat, the island city in the Great Bay just off the shores of... It would be nearly a millennium before Underrealm's capital would be moved to the High King's seat, the island city in the Great Bay just off the shores of the Kingdom of Selvin. And during... Kingdom of Selvin. And during all those long centuries, Dulmoon was by far the greatest of the kingdoms.
Hey.
Our trunk was open.
What trunk?
Of the pilot?
Cool. I'm on stream. Let me end off.
Oh.
Alright, guys.
Long time no see. I'm here for lunch with my hubbin.
I'm gonna go have a birthday lunch with my wife. It's her birthday, not mine. Say happy birthday, wife.
Happy birthday, wife.
Alright, everybody. Peace out. Thanks for coming by and hanging. Catch you next time.
Miss you guys.
Bye.
Bye.